Nebula rounds.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, that is just inappropriate. But yeah, they're doing this prequel series called Welcome to Derry.
Where are you?
I just killed someone, and there's someone else coming.
Damn it.
He's right here. Now, in the book It, obviously, this is why I'm an advocate for reading, but whatever. Every story is that Stephen King puts out, his adaptations, I would say leave anywhere from 50 to 70, 30 to 50% of the book gets left out.
Holy shit.
What?
That's what the Nebula bazooka bullets. Oh my god.
Oh. Anyway, when you adapt a Stephen King film, I would say you lose anywhere between the 30 or 50% of the book. And that goes with any adaptation of any book, but I think with Stephen King that's a little bit marginal, that's a little bit greater, because you're pressed for time, and I don't know which works out better, whether they do like a movie, even a longer movie like It, where they break it up into two parts, or something like a miniseries, because Stephen King has both, and I don't know which one is more appropriate. I really think at this point it just depends on the book, but to expand on the universe, I don't know if I don't know if I'm okay with that aspect. And here's the thing: you can do an entire season and not really expand on the universe if you just use the stuff that's cut out of the book about Derry. You have yours. I understand what they're doing with this, because throughout the book,
Where are you going?
I'm coming back down either. I saw a gun up here. I'm coming to you right now. In the book, every so often you hear these. The story stops, and it's called the interludes, and it provides a little piece of Derry's history. And they did that. They did the same thing in the first version with Tim Curry, because that was the whole scene with the black kid talking about the fire that happened. And they did the same thing with Ben, going through the pictures and in the book in the library before that scene where he's being chased. So, like, they allude to it, but there's so many more things that happened in Derry during the cycle of It. You know, the every 30 years waking up and feeding. Like, yes, there was the Kitchener fire that a lot of people died. There was, excuse me, it wasn't a fire. The Kitchener Ironworks exploded on Easter morning during an Easter egg hunt. Like, that's how fucked up Stephen King made that shit. There was a disaster in Derry on Sunday Easter morning during an Easter egg hunt. The Kitchener Ironworks exploded and killed like 200 children. That happened in Derry. You get shades of that in the movies, but never fully explained, right? You have there was a club called the Black Spot, and it was set during Derry in the 20s, I believe, and it was all the black. It was called the Black Spot because it was a black-owned club, and in fact, what's his face from The Shining? The one who teaches Danny Torrance about The Shine, Scatman Crothers. His character was stationed at the base that the Black Spot was on, because it was a military club, but it was only for the blacks. And a bunch of
I don't like the way you said that word.
Well, hold on a second. A bunch of KKK members one night burned the place to the ground. And the scene in the book, the scene in the new It movie with the little black kid, and he sees by when he's making fuck me. I know, I'm sorry. When he's making the deli delivery.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah.
You remember how all the hands are coming out and the screaming, they're on fire? Yeah, it's not explained, but that is in relation to the Black Spot fire that killed a bunch of people, because it was done out of a racist act. Then there was the O'Bradley, I think it was O'Bradley or someone,
Or Doyle rules.
No, no, no. It was something like that. It was a
What is over
weird.
here?
Anyway, there was this in the there was this kind of Bonnie and Clyde gangster, club,
Yeah.
a gang, and they rolled through town
Inside this
and
building.
okay,
Yep.
they came through town and the citizens of Derry killed them. Like everyone came outside and just killed them, shot their car dead because they were a gang that was passing through town and no one wanted them there. So that was a tragic event that happened. That's not even the Brady Gang, I think it's called. And that wasn't even, I can't imagine a moment in the movies where they even referenced the Brady Gang. And then there was one more thing that happened. The Black Spot, Kitchener. Oh shit. Ah, he's right there. Oh, there was when it was a logging town. So in the 1800s, the fucking
Oh, fuck you.
a guy was sleeping with another guy's wife, so he came into the tavern and murdered everybody with his bare hands and a knife. So every 30 years in Derry, there's these, obviously we know this, there's these tragic events that happen, and he put them in the book, like in detail, like they are whole little mini chapters. I mean, there are whole mini stories within the narrative of the book. So I can see where they're drawing from as far as making this show. But just, I don't know, I don't see any point to it other than just say it happened. And to fill in those gaps and expand the universe. Plus, you would have to use some Pennywise. And you can go with the idea that he maybe changes aspects about his clowniness every 30 years, so that's why the clowns can look different. Or it's always been the same clown, but they're not going to get Peter Skarsgård to come back and do that. And I think it would be really fucking stupid to have a younger version of Pennywise. Because he's a fucking demon from space. He doesn't age. So, unless you can find a really good actor and you can't tell that's not Peter Skarsgård, I don't understand the whole thing about this. And the other crazy part about it is that all of the tragedies, it's not because it is making it happen, it's just because it is there. Like, Pennywise doesn't go to try and he didn't make the Kitchener Ironworks explode. He didn't point to everybody and said that was the Brady Gang. These terrible events just happen to happen wherever Pennywise is, or any sort of demon like Pennywise, because throughout Stephen King's books, there are many types of monsters that are all related, and they're kind of like, when you really break it down to it, they're all vampires in some sort of way. They just feed on different things. Like Pennywise feeds off of fear. But in the Dark Tower Book 7, they meet, Roland and Susanna meet somebody, and his name is Dandello. And he was a stand-up comedian. But when he does his jokes, you laugh to the point where you're in physical pain, you can't stop laughing. You are overtaken with laughter. And he feeds off of comedy and good feelings, right? There's other things in Stephen King's universe, different types of monsters that feed off of different emotions, and they use those emotions to, hurt people so they can eat. What's it called? In The Shining 2, the gang that Rose the Hat is in charge of, I forget their name. The True Knot. Oop.
Fucking course!
There's always someone else. The True Knot are vampires, but they feed off of the shine, the psychic abilities. So there's there's just so many different kinds of vampires through Stephen King's work, but and you think, oh, they're not really connected, but they are, because ultimately they all lead back to the Crimson King, and the Crimson King is like Stephen King's. He's the antagonist of the world. Like, okay, so Stephen King wrote the Crimson King to be this.
Why don't you go on for 10 fucking minutes? I don't care!
I was really enjoying sharing something with you. I
was trying to be nice. I was gonna okay, he's gonna get to the end of this, and I'm gonna sit there and go, okay, you got that out. That's awesome. We talked about it. Let's move on. But then you go to fucking Crimson King or the Crimson Chin. I don't give a fuck.
I really just wanted to share something with you, and you fucked it up.
God.
You're a mean, mean person.
It's like I was trying to be nice, but you're diarrhea in the fucking mouth. It's like those fucking air raid sirens. You just keep on going and going and going and going.
I felt so good. I was sharing something interesting with you. I thought you were like, wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know any of that stuff. I thought you would have enjoyed it.
Here's my, if you don't know me by now, if I'm interested in something, I will engage in the conversation. If I stay quiet, I don't care! I'm like, God, I'm gonna let him get out because I know I've interrupted you and said I don't care, and you got a little pissed off at that. Be like, well, you want to conversate or converse, and now we can't converse because it's not something you want to converse at. Fuck, man.
I think he made the judgment call at the moment to not make a bad situation worse. Like, if you notice, after, Will said what he had to say, Chris went like, I could, nah. Like, he said something like that, right? He was like, I could, nah. And then he just went on with his shit. Because as a comedian... Go.
Crush your teeth.
You're not gonna crush them. Keep going.
Crush
Go.
them.
You got this. Keep going. How many nights?
You're tired already.
She's another house of sight. Now I know she'll never.
Question: if you could eat at any fictional restaurant, what are some good unethical life hacks? Buy the cheapest tickets available for a sporting event. Once inside, check Ticketmaster and StubHub for better seats that didn't sell and go sit there. Whenever buying something online, try using the coupon code military. Many sites have a military discount and don't require any proof of military service. I have seen up to 30% off with this coupon code.
Oh, wow.
If you plan on going to prison, learn to cut hair. Barbers are greatly appreciated by other inmates and you'll likely be spared when it comes to prison violence. Need friends? Create an attractive fake Tinder profile of the opposite sex. Start leading on a bunch of people. Arrange a date with all of them on the same time, same place. Show up.
That's psychotic.
Announce that they must have pulled a prank on all of you and suggest you all go drinking together. If you are a small business owner with a significant competitor, hire homeless people to bother their customers. If you're stuck on a
Okay, that's pretty brilliant. Fuck the
phone in
homeless.
airplane mode instead of just hanging up, the other person will see call failed instead of call ended. Send a wedding invite to every billionaire you can find an address for, as there's a good chance their assistants just send you a gift without ever confirming who you are or if their boss knows you.
This why I tell y'all these kids ain't shit.
No, my turn. I'm gonna tell you why these kids ain't shit, okay? Okay, my turn. No.
Oh my god. The Pope is dying. The Pope is dying? Yeah. It says he has a very deadly disease and scientists are trying to figure out how to cure him. Oh my god. Yeah. It says they found a treatment that might work, but he has to have sex with a woman. The Pope has to have sex with a woman to save his life? Yeah, sex with a woman. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Put it down, Ant. Let's go.
No, just one of them. But he says that he has 3 stipulations. 3 stipulations.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Nope, just one of them.
Somebody's up. Oh. Ah.
You failed.
Oh!
What the hell happened here?
Oh!
I had the shot.
fucking